Hey guys, welcome back to We Met at Acme. I'm so excited to be here with Natasha Scott-Reichel and Justine K from Two Black Girls, One Rose.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hey.
Lindsay. How are you?
So happy to have you guys here. Before we get started, I have to ask, we'll start with Natasha.
Yes.
What is your favorite romantic gesture?
Ooh. Definitely, I'm an acts of service person.
Mm.
Yeah, just like do little things for me.
Mhm.
Just remember that you're thinking of me. Like,
I get that.
yeah, I'm big on that.
Yeah, I'm too. That's my love language
That's
also.
your.
Oh, is
yeah.
it?
Mhm.
Okay. Love
What
that.
about you, Justine?
You know, I think mine is I'm a gift giving person.
Mm-hmm.
I love a really nice message in a card.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
I love
So
them.
you're like the kind of person that if your significant other gets you like a nice birthday gift, no card, you're like, fuck
No,
this.
because most
Mhm.
likely I picked out the birthday gift,
Right.
and then also like you got to write me something nice in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you feel that way?
My husband is really big into cards.
Mhm.
So he doesn't need the gift. He'll just take a nice long card. I can take it or leave it. I'm not a big
Right.
gift giving or
Yeah.
gift receiving, whatever is my last of the 5 love languages.
Mhm.
So I need the acts more than the words.
I agree. I'm like, I don't care about the card. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nice. It's nice, but
Mhm.
I almost prefer like a card with one line, like a one-liner.
Oh, straight to
Mhm.
That's
the
so
point.
much pressure.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh my
geez.
God.
Oh, yeah, because you have to think of the line.
I would look up one-line romantic poems.
Yeah.
I would not even be doing my own
Not
original.
Yeah,
original.
no.
Cheating.
But my husband does the same line every time
Okay.
now,
Oh.
and because it's like it's so dumb that like it's become like our shtick.
Mhm.
And he says, "I'm seriously considering marrying you,"
Aw.
which is so
That's
stupid.
so
Post
cute.
marriage, yeah.
So stupid. Um,
That's cute.
anyway, we'll start with Justine, your current relationship status.
I am in a long-term relationship.
Okay. What's a long-term relationship? How long?
It's been 3 years and a little change.
Okay.
Mhm.
But like where do we decide it's long-term?
It's long.
After a year?
You know what? I would say even after a year and a half too.
Mhm.
Yeah, because COVID is like not really. We were a COVID couple,
Oh.
so
So how did you meet then?
we met at work.
Oh,
So
but
we knew each
on
other. We were
Zoom?
friends. No, no. We were friends
Mhm.
in person, and he was like very adamant about not dating anybody at work. And then during the pandemic, obviously we weren't seeing each other every day, and we met up for his birthday in June at a protest. And then the rest is history. We started dating.
That's
after that.
really cute.
Mm-hmm.
They had a
So
lot of
he's-
Slack courtship, I'd say.
We had not
Yeah.
even like
Slack and
in
Zoom.
person, fully in the office.
Did
like
they know?
everybody knew.
Okay.
Everybody
And they didn't
knew.
care.
We had to tell HR when it was like official,
Right.
but the whole office was like, they are on a first date every day.
Right. That's amazing. I actually think meeting at work is great.
Ideal.
It's
Yes.
ideal. I was just like, I had this random luck that the other day, like CNBC reached out and they were like, we're doing a thing on dating apps. Like, if you want to come on, I was like, amazing.
Mhm.
And we were talking about like where to meet someone.
Mm,
And I was
mhm.
like, I don't know, like to be a yes person, go to the holiday party. And the news anchor's like, don't go to the holiday party at work. Like that's not a good place to meet.
What?
Why?
And I think he was just being PC, you know, because
Okay.
like news anchors when they,
Yeah.
are dating.
Oh, well, they have had a bad.
Yeah,
they've had some bad
exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay.
like, that's the place. Like, work is really where you get to spend time with someone with
Mhm.
no like pressure.
Mhm.
And then you connect. Like,
Mm.
I like when I was working in like a corporate job, I used to have sex dreams about like all my coworkers all the time.
Oh my God.
You're with
okay.
them so much.
Yeah.
You're with them
Yeah.
all the time. I'm so glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
Did you when you were in your corporate job, did you have like a work wife, a work husband, a work baby?
course.
Right? Thank
Work
you.
baby.
A work baby. I had a
They're
work
just babies around the office.
He was like 25.
No, I fully did. And
Yeah.
he's the one I had sex dreams about. And let me tell you, I didn't have a boyfriend at the time, so it was fine.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I could not have been less physically attracted to him.
Mm.
I would
really?
never marry this guy.
Huh.
Like, he was my last pick.
Okay.
Like, I would never, like, if I saw him on, but his personality really
gonna
did it
say,
for me.
okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Really
so
did it
it's
for
gonna-
me.
Yeah.
But that's why you just never know. Like I would have swiped no on him every time I saw him on an app if I didn't know him personally.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't like that for you. I mean,
no, I would have swiped yes.
yeah.
But I had a white work husband and a black work husband. He was my black work husband.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked out.
Do you still think about the white one?
No, he's engaged to somebody else. We were very platonic.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
and Nick. Hey, Nick. We were very platonic.
So, like, what percentage of the work husband, work wives do you think are platonic versus like romantic?
I hope
Ooh.
most of them. I hope it's. I hope. Well.
What to say? You're, ma'am.
I know. Oh God. I hope most of them because it's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. When you have a platonic work husband, it's great.
It is so much fun. Do you think that if you're the boss, you're allowed to have a platonic? You're allowed to have a work wife or work husband,
Oh. Ooh.
right?
Yeah.
What do you mean by boss?
You're the CEO.
You're the CEO?
Mhm. It's your
Oh,
company.
no.
You started it.
No, unless they're in HR.
I
No.
know.
Right, right.
But then I think I don't know what we watched where that came up, where, I mean, technically, you can fall for anyone.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really control it.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you can control who you entertain.
Right.
So as a CEO, you maybe shouldn't be entertaining certain things, but you
Right.
can't really control. So,
Mhm.
I mean, we hear it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Natasha, what's your current relationship status? I see you're married. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been married for a year now.
How did you guys meet?
Met on Hinge.
Oh, I love that.
Good old Hinge.
What was
Yep.
the opener?
Oh man, I messaged him.
What was your opener?
I don't remember. So I sent him 2 messages. I was like going in. He had a picture of himself glacier hiking in New Zealand,
Oh wow.
and I've done that, which is like
Mhm.
just a random thing. So I like said something about that, and then he had a quote which I do not remember, but it also spoke to me, and I sent a little message as well. And yeah, the rest was history.
That's really
I
cute.
created our masterpiece, is what I like to remind him.
I love that. And how long ago was that?
We're coming up on 5 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And like, did you ever? And the only reason I ask this is because unfortunately, there's still kind of like a stigma sometimes about meeting on dating apps. Was that ever a thing for you? Like, did you tell everyone in your family, or like, did you lie to like your grandma?
No, I told everybody.
Mhm.
I mean, so I moved to New York from New Jersey, so not very far, but when I was like 23, and pretty much since I came to the city, I've been on some version of a dating app.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a nature of how I was mostly dating. Never thought I'd actually meet somebody from it, but I think by the time I met him, I'd been online dating for so long. I'd been talking about it with my family, with friends. Like, I didn't personally feel any type of stigma. And at that time, everyone around us was doing the same. Everyone's swiping.
Yeah.
We're going to like Hinge weddings at this point. So, no, I didn't feel any stigma.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Were you pissed that Hinge didn't like come in and be like, let us pay for your wedding?
You know, I tagged them in some things.
Uh-huh.
I tried.
I think it was
shoot my
absurd.
shot. I know. I was like, I got an ad deal, a brand deal out of
I
this.
agree.
Hello.
Something. Yeah, no,
But
it's
no.
fucked up. I know. I talked about them like so positively for so long before they finally were like, all right, we'll run an
I'll
ad.
do
And I was like,
something.
finally. But that's really funny. How was your wedding? Was it everything that you wanted?
It was
to be?
everything. Yes,
Mhm.
it was a good time. Right,
It was a great time.
It was a great time.
Great time.
Yeah, I didn't hire a wedding planner. I did all the planning myself.
my
Good for
God, the
you. That's so
notion.
hard.
The Notion, the Pinterest. I mean,
Oh my
I
God.
love weddings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love event planning in general. I'm the person that's like throwing my birthday dinner and doing all that. So a wedding to me is like the ultimate event. So I'd been pinning on my Pinterest board long before he even existed. So I was ready to go.
course, yeah.
I was ready to go. He like unleashed a monster when we got engaged. 'Cause I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
snaps right into it. and
Uh-huh.
was going. Got
Uh-huh.
the spreadsheets ready. All the ladies in place. So it was a great time. I loved my wedding.
That's
Like,
awesome.
I wouldn't change anything.
I love it.
Again.
Backing up a little because I forgot to ask,
Mhm.
how old are you guys and where are you from?
33, from New Jersey.
Right,
Originally.
you mentioned Jersey.
Yep, both 33 from New Jersey.
So how did you two meet?
High school.
High school.
Wow, high school
Yeah.
friends. I
Yup.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And the story goes, Justine, she's a grade below me, but we had mutual friends, and I don't remember how or when we started talking, just maybe through mutual friends.
Yeah, I remember.
But Justine had the Laguna Beach DVD set
These.
that I somehow got wind of.
Fire.
And I would go and hang out with her in the student lounge. Like literally, I literally can picture us like
Yeah,
sitting next to
yeah.
each other on the student lounge, like couch, just watching Laguna and talking about it together.
Yeah.
That's
And-
amazing. So
yeah.
that was like the beginning of you guys talking about like reality shows, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been doing it ever since.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And I want to hear more about the podcast. So tell me about Two Black Girls, One Rose. What was the reason? What was the reason?
What was the
What
reason?
was the reason?
I love that.
Oh,
So I always watched The Bachelor. I
Mhm.
remember watching season 1 with my mom. It's always like a guilty pleasure show that I just kind of always had on the background. And Justine, you had like a different relationship.
yeah,
too.
totally different relationship. I would watch the last 2 episodes. So I knew somebody was crying.
Literally same exact.
Right?
We really are the same.
Yeah, I know.
It's same. Sometimes I'd watch the first
Okay.
Oh,
and the
that's a
last.
good- yeah,
'Cause
that's a
that's
good
like
one.
when they're like all acting. They're like, I'm like the little Miss Daisy from this place.
yeah.
Okay, so you had watched like the ending,
Mm-hmm.
and Natasha, you were more loyal.
Yeah, I've always watched. And then Rachel Lindsey was named the first Black Bachelorette. And I was like,
Mhm.
bitch, we are watching this. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
We at the time were living pretty close to each other. I live in Harlem. She was living in the Heights at the time.
Yep.
And so we made like a ritual of it. I would go to her place. She would go to my place like every other Monday, bring a bottle of wine. We'd watch Rachel Lindsay's whole journey. And then afterwards, we'd stay over each other's house. Like the show ends at 10. I'm still at her place like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And we're just talking about the show, but now talking about other stuff and like
Mhm.
cracking each other up and just like doing what we do. And around that time, I also, because I was obsessed with Rachel Lindsay, I was like, I need all of the content. I discovered the world of like Bachelor podcasts and started listening to them and just felt like they were watching another show. I was like, they're just missing the nuances of this Black woman's journey.
Right.
And so Justine and I just like put our heads together and we're like, I mean, we could do this.
Yeah, we sat one day in the park in Brooklyn
Mhm.
after Smorgasburg
Mhm.
and plotted out our little segments and came up with the name, bought our mics on Amazon, and started podcasting for Ari's season in January,
Mhm.
December, January. So when we first
I
started.
love it. And you've now had Rachel on your
Mhm.
podcast,
We've
right?
had her on twice.
So
Was that a full circle moment? Like,
That was wild.
yeah.
She was on the dream bulletin board of like, oh my God, if we could only get Rachel in
Yeah.
our first season, we got her.
Mhm.
wow.
Oh my God, it was crazy. And then she
That's
came on
amazing.
again this week.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were watching her season, like, what did you think, other than obviously her being the first Black Bachelorette, made it so different than the other seasons? Like,
Mhm.
or even just what about her being the first, like,
Mm-hmm.
was different to you?
Mhm.
It was pretty interesting to me as somebody who wasn't a huge fan of the show, but I'm a big fan of like media and I absorb a lot of media. It was actually a really big deal to me that she was dark skinned. I was not expecting that.
Mm.
And that she had like a gap in her teeth. I knew that in all the other ways, she was perfect. She was
Mhm.
a lawyer. She had a perfect family. She was 33. She knew what she wanted. She's still with her husband now. Like,
Mhm.
I knew every other thing, every other box she ticked. But I thought it was really, really great that she was a dark skinned Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
So that made it different. And then she ended up in an interracial relationship. And I feel like she not was one of the first, but she was probably one of the biggest interracial relationships out of reality television,
Yeah.
which is a big deal.
Mhm.
Were you happy with her choice? Mad at her for her
At
choice?
the time,
The
we were
drama.
devastated at
Yeah.
the time. We love him now. He's great.
Yeah.
They're still married. Like, it's
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic. But at the time, the guy who came in second was everybody's boyfriend. So
Right.
we were mad.
Yeah.
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 Big mad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that her as a bachelorette, like choosing like a white guy, like, would you think that it would have been the same had it been like, and there was a Black guy as a bachelor,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Who
Big
did he
mess.
choose?
He chose a white woman
Yeah.
who went to an antebellum slave party.
And
Like
Shut-
3
right,
years before she
right.
got
Pictures
onto
came
the
out
season.
before the season
Right.
ended. It was a mess.
Yeah, it was real bad. It was
Yeah.
real
Right.
bad.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Interesting. hmm And then what was there? Did a white bachelor or bachelorette ever choose a Black person to
Anyone
end
of
the
color
show?
even? I don't think
Or
so.
anyone of
No.
color?
Oh, no, Sean, technically.
Oh,
Asian.
Sean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
He's
the
like very beloved. in the
beloved.
franchise.
He's the only bachelor who chose who
Unknown.
married to his first choice.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, did you feel any type of way about that, or you were just like,
No.
they had the strongest connection?
Yeah.
They had the
Mhm.
strongest
Yeah.
connection. Yeah.
I had a lot of trust in Rachel.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
we trusted
Right.
her. She
Yeah.
was like a big girl with a big girl job and like definitely spoke her mind on things.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
she was slicing and dicing through those men and like
Yeah.
really, distilling down to the quality ones. So
Mhm.
he was the best choice. I think we as a collective, as like Bachelor Nation, were upset because of the editing. They really made that other guy. Like
Yeah,
you
look
fell in love with that
great.
other guy.
Right.
And they didn't really edit Brian, who's now her husband, like not in a bad light, but we didn't see his story much at all. So we didn't
Yeah.
really get to see their connection.
He had
Mhm.
a little sprinkle of racism on there too. They put that little mariachi band. He's Colombian.
Oh,
They put a little
right.
mariachi band.
Anytime he
music
came
in
on
the background.
screen. Yeah.
He was like,
What?
yeah.
They do
mhm.
weird editing stuff.
So
like that.
yeah, so you like you're onto them with their like
Yes,
little their
exactly.
shit.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what would you do differently if you were the producers?
Oh my gosh.
Oof.
This is an interesting question. This is for the regular show, not Golden.
The
or
regular,
Bachelor in
Mhm.
the
Paradise.
regular, but I
The
do want
regular
to touch on Golden
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, Golden's great.
I think the biggest thing, casting people in their like late 20s at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like
Yeah.
if I see like a 22-year-old, I'm like, what?
I
This
already,
bitch is gonna
like-
get proposed to at the end? She's
I-
a child bride. Like,
you just can't take it seriously. Anything they
No.
say, I just can't take it seriously. Also, you're 22. Like this is not your last resort.
Your last
like
hope,
your
right.
last hope.
Right.
So it's really hard to trust in anything that they have to say. But that's my biggest thing. Like
Yeah.
casting people of age, or they've like lived a bit, they've dated a bunch. They had a season. Do you remember the girl Heather? I think she was like
Oh
19.
my God.
I think we kept joking. She was like 19. She was maybe like 20.
She was 21 or something, and she went to a
No.
Christian college.
had never
been
kissed a boy.
outside. She had never kissed a boy.
that's just
She was on the gay
a
man
that's just like a
season.
plant for
It's-
like
yeah.
the views and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. That's
Mhm.
other shows that we watch, be it Married at First Sight or Love is Blind. They also have their mess, but
Mhm.
I think they do a better job at casting people who like the relationship we're gonna watch. They're actually gonna be going through things together, and it feels real. It feels like a real relationship. When I'm watching a 22-year-old, I remember myself at 22. Like I didn't know. What the hell
Right.
was going
No,
on, and
it's
we're talking
so
about
it's so
marriage,
crazy.
like,
Not even like close to thinking those thoughts then. And
mhm.
I don't know if you guys watch Love Island at all.
Oh yeah.
a little bit, yeah.
UK or US?
UK only.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I but I get so pissed because every year they're younger. And
They're
this
babies on that
year
show.
they
Yeah,
were
they are.
babies.
Yeah.
And none of the couples like even kind of worked out.
Yeah.
And it's because they're so young. Like
Yeah.
and it's not like there's not enough, 28 to 35-year-olds to go
Right.
around. Like
Right.
there's a lot. Like
Yeah.
but maybe we're just like too established in our lives that like we have too much pride to go on a dating app at that age, I don't know.
Maybe. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't mind. I think there's a time and place for the young ones on the TV shows. Like,
Mhm.
if it's a show that ends in engagement and marriage,
Then it
Yeah.
shouldn't. But if it's like
That-
too hot to
too
handle,
hot to
then
handle,
live your
no.
life. Yeah.
yeah,
Split the
even Love
100
Island a little
Uh-huh.
bit.
Yeah, even Love Island.
Split the
$100
money,
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Let's talk about the Golden Bachelor for a second.
Let's-
What first of all, like what an idea, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
feel like they were finally being original? Because I was like pretty impressed. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, the franchise has been like ripe for innovation.
Mhm.
They have such a specific formula
Mhm.
that they don't really deviate from.
Mhm.
And it works. People keep tuning in. It's been on TV for like over 20 years.
Yeah.
But the audience is like, all right, we're in the age of Love is Blind and all these other shows that are taking risks and really, making a nod to modern dating in the way that The Bachelor just refuses to.
Mhm.
So Golden Bachelor is definitely bringing us something, something new and something
Mhm.
different, and something that we're not seeing on TV like anywhere else.
Yeah, older people dating. We never
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about, I'm hearing a few things. The first thing is I'm hearing like no one wants to see them kiss, which makes me sad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It is really.
Which makes me really
We
sad.
talked
talk about
this.
that
Because I'm like, are we that ageist? Like,
That's the thing. We're
I
just
mean,
not
kinda.
used to see. We're
Yeah.
not used to seeing people who are older as sexy.
Right.
And so them doing something that has any sort of nod or inkling to sex is weird
Right.
to a lot of people watching.
Right. It's like in like those like Jack Nicholson movies when him and like
Yes,
Diane
Diane
Keaton start like
Keaton.
getting busy. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't
No.
need this.
Don't unbutton the shirt.
Yeah.
No.
Like, we're good.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'm hearing. And then I'm also hearing that these women just are so mature for the most part, right? Not everyone's going to be. And they handle the situation so much like more maturely than like the women of The Bachelor.
Yeah, they respect each other. And the women who are on the regular Bachelor, usually not only do they not have a whole lot of respect for each other and the drama is really petty and stupid, but also the lead has very little respect for the cast usually. For the past, at least as long as we've been podcasting, I've never really enjoyed watching the lead of The Bachelor. Bachelorette is a different story, but Bachelor never. So the fact that Gary, who's the Golden Bachelor, is so respectful of these ladies is really nice to watch too.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, I was also gonna say, like, I think the women on Golden Bachelor, they're so grateful for this opportunity.
Yeah.
They're so happy for each other that they're here. So like the
Aw.
competition is real low among them.
Yeah.
I mean, every time someone goes home, they're crying for them. So
Aw.
there's like just a huge sense of gratitude in the room at the opportunity and the chance at love again that you don't see on the regular Bachelor.
Yeah, I'm gonna start watching tonight. It's like I love that idea of just like you're rooting for everyone. Like
Yes.
that's the best.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you because you said you like didn't really like that many lead bachelors.
Yeah.
Can you rank them? Just 3 of them for like the top 3 that you disliked the most.
Oh, okay, great. Okay. So I think the number 1 most hated is Juan Pablo. And I would agree. He was the worst. And he ended up on marriage boot camp with his girl who he never said even I love you to. He was wretched. He was bad. He was terrible. So he was bad.
Yeah.
I would say Ari is in there. I haven't watched that many Bachelors. So
I watched a little bit of Ari's season. I did not like him.
Yeah, he was not it.
I really didn't like
His
him.
ending was horrendous.
I also just like I have like a personal vendetta against Virgo men.
Oh, a lot of people
So
share
I
that with
really
you.
didn't like.
Damn,
like
like hate was
him at
real.
all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't he? But he's now married to like the second runner up or something.
Second runner up. Yeah.
And
And
got engaged to Becca, broke up with her, went back with the other girl, and now they're still married.
They're still married.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
kids
have
and everything,
all kinds of
so
kids and everything. Yeah, but
good
they
for them.
All kinds of kids.
yeah, they you know, but he keeps embarrassing himself. He's like
yeah,
the
yeah.
worst.
Now he's like trying to like be like hip on social media and like TikTok.
We can't do that.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
we can't.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Bad.
who else is bad?
Mm.
Bad. You know what was my favorite to watch? Who was actually bad was Colton, because he had the
okay.
most girls
He's
leave.
gay.
He's gay.
Right,
He's
right,
gay.
right.
So there we
So
go.
that happens.
And then he had the most girls leave voluntarily on his season. He had like 4 or 5.
I mean, talk about like, because like if you date someone individually, like you're in a relationship, just you and the other person, and then you find out like later that they're gay, like that's you internalize that
Yeah.
for whatever reason. So I
Right.
imagine for a whole season of girls
God.
to be like,
A whole season.
Yeah.
like
There's 26
you know,
of
he
y'all,
was
and they're
never
like-
even kind of into me.
Yeah.
Is like
Yeah.
it's major collateral damage.
Yeah.
Sure. And
Yeah.
yeah, there was like 5 girls who like on their own left.
Yeah.
So there was something that they might have been sensing.
Right.
and
Maybe they
like,
knew.
Yeah,
Maybe they
they
knew.
all said
Maybe he
that.
was like
Yeah.
getting busy with one of the male producers. Like
That would be everything.
everything.
I wish that.
Everything.
I wish that for him too.
I have actually like a controversial question. I don't know if I'm going to air this because I don't want to get canceled.
Okay,
So you'll
yeah.
tell me after if I'm going to get canceled for
Okay.
it. But like, would you rather your long-term ex tell you that they're gay or cheat on you with like a hot girl or whatever?
Cheat on me with a hot girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Really? How come?
Yeah. I think it's an ego bruise.
Mm-hmm.
I could totally understand if you're cheating on me with somebody who I would deem better looking.
Sure.
But
sure.
if we're just like, first of all, and I have a lot of gay friends, I watch a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Drag
yeah.
Race. I would be very upset with myself if I could not tell.
Right. Right. That's
Right?
true. That's
That-
true.
You know what I mean?
That's
Be all my friends
true.
and none of them said nothing. That would
That's
be,
true.
That would, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, like I also have tons of gay friends, and I feel like gay looks totally different.
Oh yeah.
It could be
oh
a
yeah.
million.
It's not a monolith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. So
Mhm.
like, I don't know. Like, I wonder I wonder if anyone in our orbits right now that's married to a woman
Mhm.
will surprise
Mm,
us.
Yeah. I think I'd have to say the same answer because I feel like I
Would
would.
you?
Yeah, I'd look at myself like, how did I have such a big blind spot?
Right.
That
Yeah.
would wreck me for a minute. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
but
be
like,
sad for them.
then you can
Same.
become best friends at least. Like
Yeah.
if they cheat on you with like a really hot girl, like
Yeah,
it's over.
you're like,
that's-
not only
yeah.
did
You're
you
dead
just
to me.
blow up our relationship,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but like I fucking hate you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and now I have like so much resentment forever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whereas like maybe I could get over the fact that you just like were scared to be yourself
Mhm.
Right.
and like love you still and you
Mhm.
can
Empathy.
remain in my life.
Mhm.
But it's hard.
That is hard though.
Yeah.
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 Oof, that's a tough question.
That is a
It's
tough
tough.
question.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Should we keep that in?
I don't know. I think our answers were fine, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think like I don't know. We can't be afraid to like talk about things that are normal. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, and our
Like-
human experience.
and that
I was gonna say
happened.
that
That
happened,
yeah.
so.
That's happened to a friend of mine. Like
Mm.
that she found that out. Actually, it happened to a friend of mine. She was in a long-term relationship. They broke up. She found out he was gay, and now he's dating a woman.
Okay.
What?
So she's like very like
All the way
confused
Why?
because I think he's bi.
Oh,
But
okay.
she's like,
okay.
so you use that as an excuse to just not be with me, but like
Oh.
you're still
Oh man.
like with another,
Yeah.
one, which is which is
Yeah.
shitty. Like
Yeah,
I
that
feel
is
like
shitty.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Justine, I want to talk about your long-term relationship.
Okay.
Do you guys talk about the future?
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
Do you feel like let's go, what's up, or are you happy with the pace?
Like rushed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? A lot of the rushed feeling that I get is from family members
Yeah.
and doctors.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
get a lot of like,
Mhm.
it's time, let's go, it's time.
Mm.
I have a new niece. She's gonna be 6 months this month.
So cute.
So that's great. A
Mhm.
little bit of pressure was put off of me
Right.
because
Mhm.
she's here and brand new and fantastic. But it's still definitely there. Like I think about fertility probably every day, every other day.
Would you freeze your eggs? Would you?
I would love to have an extra $20,000 to freeze my
I was
eggs.
about to say,
but
if I had the
Wouldn't that be
money.
nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. If money wasn't an option.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or an
definitely.
object.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When would your ideal time to have a kid
Time be
if your partner was on board for both? of
on
you?
board. I would love to. I don't know what world I'm living in. I would love to get married in 6 months and then like 3 months after that have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause we've known each other a long time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
We can
yeah,
get married and then right after have a kid. I think
Mhm.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. I feel like I need another like. I think this time next year. Where are we at?
We're in
We're in November. This time next year, I think we'll be like actively trying,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'm good with that.
Yeah.
It's gonna like throw you a
Wait,
baby shower,
so-
birthday party. God,
Oh, God.
fine.
But if that's the case for you, Justine, like
Mhm.
then why don't you make that happen
Why
in
not?
terms of like, if you want to be married in 6 months,
Mhm.
Mm.
do you express
You know what?
that?
I'm not doing the asking. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have. Right now we are in apartment hunting mode.
Okay.
So we're kind of like taking it like one day at a time.
Right.
Apartment hunting is not that fun.
No.
But yeah, I think also how she said that like wedding planning is like her zhuzh. Wedding planning is so scary to me.
Yeah.
Girl, I got you. I already told you. I told everybody. I'm like, whoever's next,
I
I got you.
know.
I'm like dying to plan.
Yeah, because
another
if you
wedding.
love it, then why
love it.
not?
I got you.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
yeah. My mom's already found several vendors for
I'm
several different
sure.
things.
I'm sure.
So
As long
that's
as you're not the
yeah.
one booking, like, then I don't think it's superstitious in any way. But like,
Okay.
Mm.
like,
oh, right.
but like, I know some women who like before they get proposed to, like they have to
Yes.
call
The
a
venue
venue, and they're like,
Oh.
"Can I book
No.
this time?"
No.
Wow.
Yes,
Oh my god.
that's too
Woo.
much.
That's a bit
That's
much.
too much.
That's so much pressure. Then you
I
get home and you're like, I
know.
booked a venue.
Right.
Where's my ring? Oh,
exactly?
woo.
Yeah, that gives me
No,
superstition.
no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay, my last bachelor question is like, what have you learned is a healthy thing in your relationship by watching The Bachelor?
I think, well, on The Bachelor, like their words are everything because that's all they
Yeah.
have.
Right.
Um, and I think what we see on the show, well, because so many of the couples break up afterwards, that a lot of those words were empty. So they didn't really stand
Yeah.
for much or mean
Mhm.
much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to compare to my relationship because it's a real relationship that
And you
grew.
took time.
We took time.
Yeah, they have 6 weeks on The Bachelor.
Yeah,
So that's
Right,
hell.
right.
so rushed. But I think
Yeah.
just being very intentional with your words,
Yeah.
and really meaning what you say and backing it up with actions.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we have room in our relationship to show that. On the show, they don't really have that. So the women and the men, they kind of hold on to what they can. But
Yeah.
just like the intentionality behind your words,
Mm.
I think is the biggest takeaway for me. Or if I was a contestant on the show, that would be my biggest takeaway. Because it's such a weird little
Yeah,
little
it's a strange
fantasy
world.
land that they live in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you made me think of one more question. Like, I have these kind of dating rules for
Mhm.
that I like share with my listeners.
Yep.
And when I watch The Bachelor,
Mhm.
I'm sometimes like cringing beyond because these women will break so many rules. And like it's harder because they're in like a experiment
Mhm. Right.
basically. And
Mhm.
like they can't pretend they're not free when he asks them on a date because like that's their one opportunity to hang out with them,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But it's
Yeah.
like, but it's still like you see them, but you could still do some like mystery within your guidelines of being on The Bachelor. And like,
Mhm.
I always think about if I were on The Bachelor, like I would hope that I would win because I would not tell him I love him. Like I would not like, do these things that I see these people doing and it not working out. Like does The Bachelor make you realize that it is important not to put all your cards on the table, even if the show is to put all your cards on the table, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that element of competition is what makes them put all their cards on the table. There's also a very specific formula that goes down. It's even going down on the Golden Bachelor right now. About falling in love, then in love, da da da. But yeah, I agree that I think there's a way to navigate it where you don't put everything out there because you're also putting everything out there on television.
Right.
So that's not smart either. And I will say too, what it's helped me learn is the importance of friendship in a relationship. You and Shan just talked about this. And I think I just got so lucky with my partner now that we were really good friends before we started dating.
Yeah.
And that's really nice to have a friendship element in your dating because you don't always feel romantic.
Right.
Sometimes life is in the way. We're looking for an apartment right now. Like sometimes life is just in the way. And it's nice that they're also your best friend too. And you don't see that on The Bachelor.
Right. Like if the women took a step back, and obviously it'd be controversial, but if they were like, oh, like I don't really kiss, until
Oh my God. That'd be
like
wild.
I don't kiss until the
Yeah, third date or
the
whatever.
fifth week.
Yeah,
So let's
right.
see. Like I just wonder if he'd be intrigued or if he'd be like, you're making a mockery of me
Outta
on
here.
TV.
Should be out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I feel like, there's such a formula. The contestants know the formula. By week 5, I got to start saying falling in love. If I don't say it yet, I got to go. But what you said about friendship made me think of, again, Sean Lowe's season. Who he chose, Catherine. There was one thing that she did that I thought was so smart. I haven't seen anyone else do it, but she would leave him these little notes. And little funny little notes that she would write and little goofiness, just like to show her personality and for them to build a friendship.
Yeah.
And I think he always held on to those little notes. It was genius. She
Yeah.
won. I mean, she literally got the guy in the end.
Right.
I think it's because it wasn't always just laying on thick the romance and the we're here for love, but I'm trying to get to know you and let's see if we like actually get along and like can be friends more than anything because that is the baseline.
Yeah.
So I think you got to, on these shows, you got to carve out your way for yourself.
Right. You got to be unique in some way.
Definitely.
I love that. All right. We're going to do some rapid fire.
Yeah.
Ooh.
My favorite. All right. Let's see what we got here. If you're invited to a good friend's destination wedding that the hotel is $1,000 a night and you can't stay elsewhere, would you go?
Nope.
$1,000 a night.
That's
Who's
like-
this friend?
Your good friend.
My good friend. Oh my God.
That's a Easy no. Easy. I'll meet you at the courthouse though after you get your license. You could dress in white or something, and I'll throw flowers at you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real deep discussion. So I had a family member who she's doing a destination wedding. The place that she chose was real pricey, and we ended up finding another place, and it was allowed. But if we weren't allowed, yeah, I don't want to say no, but I feel like
No,
you
yeah.
just want people to go.
Yeah.
you're
Right?
wanting people to
Right. No,
opt
you
in.
really don't.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. You have to give them an
You
option.
have
Yeah.
to give other options.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Mhm.
If a guy you're seeing non-exclusively asks about your night/weekend and you were with another guy, do you lie or tell the truth?
I think you can tell the truth.
Yeah, I think that's probably better to tell the truth if you're with another guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't lie, but I'd be like, I had a dinner on
Be
Friday
vague.
and I had I'd be vague. Like you could fill in the blanks there. I don't need to be like, I was out to dinner with another guy. Let's see
Yeah.
how he reacts.
Yeah.
You know?
No. Yeah.
Do you meal prep? Yes or no?
I wish.
I try.
Do you though? Because like, why would you want to eat the same thing every day for 4 days?
that
It
type
just
of meal
makes
prep?
it
No.
easy. You know you're an entrepreneur. You know you have
Yeah,
to make all
but-
kinds of decisions all day long. If I could just Bill Gates it and just
Does
do
he
the
meal-
same thing
does
every
he
day.
meal
He
prep?
just wears the same thing every day.
Oh,
Wears
yeah,
a
yeah,
polo
yeah,
shirt.
yeah, yeah.
If I could just Elizabeth Holmes and
Right,
just do the
right.
same thing every
Right,
day,
right.
I would.
You could.
Yeah, I wear this every
You
day.
could.
Black shirt and jeans every day.
I get that.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
can't eat
just
the same
can't. I
thing.
can't meal prep because by the second day, I'm like, I don't want these meatballs.
Yes.
Like I had them yesterday.
I've tried. By Wednesday, I
had them
throw everything from
yesterday.
Wednesday
It's
to Sunday is
nasty.
trash because I don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
2 days, I'm the same.
What do you think is harder to get over, a breakup due to infidelity or a breakup where nothing was wrong but they weren't the person for you?
Who broke up in the second scenario? With who?
It was mutual.
Oh.
Nothing was wrong, you said?
Nothing was wrong.
It just wasn't your person?
Wasn't it? Okay.
I think infidelity.
Infidelity then.
Yeah.
If it's mutual, then yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if he broke up with me just because you're like, oh, you're not the right one, oh my God. Again, ego, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I agree because like if you break up due to infidelity, you're like, fuck that person.
Yes.
I
that's anger.
never, I'm
Yeah.
done. Like,
Mhm.
which, yeah.
Mm.
How often are you social during the week after work? 1 time, 2 to 3 times, or every day?
Oh my God. I would love to be every day.
Would you though?
Yeah. I would.
She's such an extrovert.
Yeah. I'm an extrovert and now I only work with her, which is great.
Mhm.
But she's my only coworker.
I
and
get
like
that.
we just talked about.
Yeah.
I used to have a work family. So I would love to be every day.
Mm.
Like twice a week.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm an introvert. I like my solo time. And then I want time with my husband as well. But to see friends and everybody, yeah, once or twice a week. it's
Yeah,
fine.
that's more than enough.
Mhm.
All right, last one. Your male friend sees you after you cry, and you explain it's because a friend is moving. The friend then hugs you and kisses your cheek to say he doesn't like to see you cry. Flirty or friendly?
Flirty.
Flirty. What you kissing me for?
Yeah, what is all
I
that
don't kiss
about?
my male friend.
We went to all girls school, so we don't actually.
So
know.
did I.
Oh, you
Oh,
did?
So did I. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I think this is friendly.
Friendly?
Yes. Depends who the guy
It,
is.
it definitely
Like,
depends.
If
Yeah.
this is a guy who's like a real like protector of his girlfriends,
Oh.
like kind of like a girl's girl guy,
yeah.
you know?
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
then
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like if it's a Libra guy, for example. Like
Okay.
I don't know how much you know about Libra guys, but they're like always friendly, but people think it's flirty. Like
Mm.
then
Oh shit, that's what
I-
I was
Sure
Libra.
is.
that's really funny. Do you agree? Do you agree?
Like, girl,
The
he-
friendliest
he's very
person?
friendly.
See,
first
like
I've
of
heard
course he would kiss your friend his cheek, but in like a not maybe kiss the cheek, but like he would hug them, and be like, I don't want to see you cry.
Yeah.
It's like that's
Yeah.
how I'm envisioning it. I'm not
Okay.
envisioning it like I don't want to
Come on.
see you cry.
Yeah.
Like that's
the kiss.
different.
I just
yeah.
I'm
The kiss.
picturing the hug and then he
Yeah.
stops to kiss like that.
Yeah, the
Uh,
kiss is a little weird.
it's a little
though.
extra.
The kiss is a little weird. Anyway, this was so much fun, guys.
So
Thank
much
you for
fun.
coming on, talking
Thank
about
you for
all the
having me.
nonsense. Where can everyone find you? Oh, wait. Do you have a quote or piece of advice for our listeners? And then let us know where we can find you.
Okay, piece of advice that I always give single people. Imagine your life if you never met anyone else again. imagine a life full of love, full of happiness, full of whatever you want, whether that's parenthood, whether that's having a dog or a cat, whatever it is, moving to your dream city, having your dream job, whatever that case may be, so that you don't put too much pressure on the people that you go out and date.
Oh, I like that.
Because a lot of the times you go out and date these people and you're like, is it gonna be my husband? And it's just relaxed.
So it's
You're
like love your life.
yeah,
Mhm.
love your life and love them, no matter what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Into that.
I have it tattooed on my foot. It's the quote or a question, if not now, when? And for me, that's just about like getting out of our heads, stop thinking too much. Like, oftentimes we stop ourselves from opportunities or in the context of dating, going out with someone because we're overthinking everything. Just do, just go, just do the thing. Stop thinking. So yeah, that's my little advice.
Love it. Where can everyone find you guys?
Find us on all podcast platforms.
Yep.
2 Black Girls, 1 Rose. We're about to do Real Housewives of Potomac.
So excited.
Love that.
Golden Bachelor currently. Bachelor in Paradise on our Patreon. Patreon.com/2 Black Girls, 1 Rose.
Cool.
And yeah, Instagram, TikTok, all the things.
All of those things. Yeah.
Would you guys ever want to host The Bachelor one day?
Oh my God, that would be so fun.
man, it
We
would
would
be
turn that into a whole other show.
great.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, it would be.
I'm manifesting that for you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.